Looking at Naaman. Some of you know who Naaman was, and I call this message Beginning Again. I think I first shared it some 20 years ago, but that song is appropriate because I remember I was so deathly ill for most of 1991 with a kidney failure. And, it's like people ask, what was it like? It's like having the flu every day. Flu every day. And I'm not going to go into great detail, but I'll tell you what, throwing up 6 or 8 times a day, every day, for months, my vocal cords got burned. I thought even if I survived, I'm never going to be able to sing again. I was reduced to whisper, acid and everything, the reflux all the time, nausea, weakness, no desire to eat, no desire to do anything, no desire to go anywhere. Kidneys do a lot of things. God's creation is absolutely incredible. Kidneys also regulate blood pressure. Kidneys also produce an enzyme which help spur your bone marrow to produce red blood cells. And when they're not working, none of that's happening. And so, I was so nauseous. I was also anemic. I was only 33 years old. I didn't have the breath to get up and walk across the room without sitting down. It was pathetic, Bill. I felt horrible. It's just, man, after enough time had passed, months had passed, I could not literally remember how it felt to feel good, to feel healthy again. When you have it, we take our health for granted when you've got it. And I remember following the kidney transplant from my father that Christmas, within a couple days, life instantly became precious again. I started feeling so well. I went from feeling poorly to feeling well. Dad went from feeling well to feeling poorly, for a little while there. But I began to feel so awesome, as if I could conquer the world. They kept warning me, don't overdo it, don't overdo it, But it was the closest thing I felt to being saved that I could remember. The feeling that I had. Each day, life was sweet. It was a brand new gift. I was back with the living. And I hadn't been there in quite a while. Because I remember after the last transplant, while I was recovering for about 5 weeks, Don brought me some CDs of the Cathedral Quartets, and I got to hear that song for the first time. Even though it had been around for a long time, I really paid attention to it. And that phrase kept hitting me. I'm back with the living. I'm looking forward to that. I can't wait to get back with God's people. I can't wait to sing again. And we're going to learn that song and where to sing it. How many times have we sang it since then? So many different places, so many. And it never gets old. Hope we never get over what the Lord did for us. So life was precious. The Bible says in Lamentations 3:22 and 23, because of the Lord's faithful love, we do not perish, for his mercies never end. We've been singing that this morning. They are new every morning. Great is your faithfulness. Thank you. I remember I began riding my bike to the church, and someone said, well, that's not very far from here. Those was in the Noble. We're about 2 miles away from the church, and so I would ride my bike to the church several days a week where I served, and it didn't matter if it was rain, it didn't matter if it was cold, it didn't matter if it was 112 degrees, life was sweet. It's like that guy you see in that commercial riding a motorcycle down the road, all kinds of weather, all kinds of things, hitting him in the face, and just keep smiling. That's what I felt. It was cool. I felt so good. I couldn't stay in bed past 4 o'clock in the morning. I'd get up by 5 o'clock. I'm making a 6-course breakfast for my family. We had bacon and eggs and hash browns and biscuits and gravy. You know what? They didn't appreciate it. I'd be getting out of bed at 5:45. Come on, look what I've done. The looks I got. All they wanted was cold cereal about 2 hours late. What their idea of the time was. Well, maybe you're thinking, wow, that's what I mean. I'd love to start all over with a clean slate. I'd like to know what happened. We're going to look at a wonderful true story found in the pages of this book. Look at 2 Kings 5, 1 through 14. Yes, we have it up here. We're going to cut it down to just 1 through 14. But because of the nation of Israel's stubborn nature, they're once again under the thumb of a foreign power. Now Naaman was commander of the army of the king of Aram. That is actually the Syrian army. Okay, it's the nation of Syria. He was a great man in the sight of his master and highly regarded, because through him the Lord had given victory to Aram, and he was a valiant soldier, but he had leprosy. Now bands from Aram had gone out and had taken captive a young girl from Israel, and she served Naaman's wife. She said to her mistress, "If only my master would see the prophet who is in Samaria, he would cure him of his leprosy." So Naaman went to his master and told him what the girl from Israel had said. "Oh, by all means go," the king of Aram said. "I will send a letter to the king of Israel." So Naaman left, taking with him 10 talents of silver, 6,000 shekels of gold, 10 sets of clothes. The letter that he took to the king of Israel read, "With this letter I am sending my servant Naaman to you, so that you may cure him of his leprosy." Okay, you get that. Whew. As soon as the king of Israel read the letter, he tore his robes, and he says, "Am I God? Can I kill and bring back to life? Why does this fellow send someone to me to be cured of his leprosy?" See, he's just trying to pick a quarrel with me. Now, when Elisha, the man of God, heard what the king of Israel had torn his robes, he sent them this message: "Why have you torn your robes? Have the man come to me, and he will know that there is a prophet in Israel." So Naaman went with his horses and chariots and stopped at the door of Elisha's house. Elisha sent a messenger to him, "Go, wash yourself 7 times in the Jordan, and your flesh will be restored and you will be cleansed." But Naaman went away angry and said, "I thought that he would surely come out to me and stand and call the name of the Lord his God, wave his hand over the spot, and cure me of my leprosy. Are not Abana and Pharpar, the rivers in Damascus, better than any of the waters of Israel? Couldn't I wash in them and be cleansed?" So he turned and he went off in a rage. But Naaman's servants went to him and said, my father, if the prophet had told you to do some great thing, would you not have done it? How much more then when he tells you, wash and be cleansed? So he went down and he dipped himself in the Jordan 7 times, as the man of God had told him, and his flesh was restored. He became clean, like that of a man born. So again, we see Israel is under the thumb of a pagan nation, Syria. And when you think about it, because of our own sinful, stubborn nature, many of us, God's kids, are held captive by some habit, some addiction within our lifestyle that keeps us from being all that we could be. God is not above giving us over to anything or to anyone who chooses to bring us back in the line of the disobedient. But our story today indicates that the Syrian general Naaman was an exceptional person, even though he was an unbeliever. He's not a believer in the God of Israel, but he was a great man. He was highly regarded. He was an exceptional commander of men. Now, King Benadad was well aware that he owed his kingdom to this general, to this warrior Naaman. I mean, the guy was a genius. He was a lion on the battlefield. Naaman was to the Syrians what Goliath had been to the Philistines, what David had been to the Israelites. Now, he was like our Ike. Who's that? Yeah, General Dwight David Eisenhower. He was like a George Patton, a General Stormin Norman Schwarzkopf. Remember him? Yeah, the Gulf War. Well, Naaman was Benadad's top gun. He was the man he owed just about everything to. So in Naaman's day, when a general would win a great victory on the battlefield, there'd be a spectacular parade whenever they'd come home from the war. There would be thousands of cheering citizens who would line the road all the way up and down the main street to the palace where the king lived. And the army's sharpest soldiers would either be marching on foot or some on horseback, well ahead of the general. The spoils of war were carried along on carts for all the people to behold. Sometimes chests of silver, gold, emeralds, spices from these foreign lands where they had won victories. Then they would come to the prisoners that had been captured in battle, struggling to walk in chains. And finally, at the end of the great parade, here would come a decorated chariot drawn by 4 beautiful, powerful white horses. We'd see General Naaman. He'd be wearing his most decorative, shiniest armor and helmet. He'd be carrying his commander's baton, a gift from King Benadad. And the crowds would erupt into their loudest cheering as General Naaman passed. Now, a father, you almost see a father lifting his small boy up on his shoulder so he can see over the crowd. Can you see him, son? Can you see Naaman? Oh, look at him, son. Try as hard as you possibly can to be like Naaman. You see, everybody has problems. Everybody has problems. Everybody in this room has problems. No matter how glamorous or all together our life seems to be, over Naaman's arm there might be a shawl that he had wore that was matching his uniform. Maybe he'd taken to carrying his shawl the last few months whenever he appeared in public. Because you see, even with all of his glory, all of his splendor, those closest to the great man, including Ben-Hadad, know that Naaman has developed a spot on his arm. And it's growing. Oh, it's still easily conceived. But a physician has recently informed him that it is a leprous sore, and it's going to continue to spread. Now, in those days, the diagnosis of leprosy would be worse than a cancer diagnosis many times over. It was a death sentence. And it was contagious. Not only were you terminal, but now you would be separated. If it was well known, you'd be separated from society completely without knowing. Leprosy was used in the Bible to sometimes symbolize sin and its effect on a life when it's left untreated. The Bible says in James 1:14, each one is tempted when by his own evil desire he is dragged away and enticed. Then after desire has conceived, it gives birth to sin, and sin, when it is full grown, gives birth to death. It starts here, the thought. You can entertain that thought, or you can banish that thought. You can entertain that thought and let it grow, or you can pray against it and start going somewhere else. I was just looking up on the wall while we were singing a few moments ago. I saw Philippians 4:6-8. Anybody know what Philippians 4:8 says? Think on these things, and it gives us a whole list of things to dwell upon. Dwell on the good, what is noble, what is faithful, what is pure, what is righteous. Dwell on these things. Turn our thoughts. You don't have to stay there. Dwell on what is good, because sin eats away at your thought life. And then it corrupts your nature, and eventually it destroys your body. But here within these pages, we find a young servant girl, seemingly an insignificant character. When you're talking about Naaman, you're talking about King Ben-Hadad, the powerful Syrian army, and there's this little servant girl that was taken to prison. Insignificant. Still, in God's eyes, anyone insignificant? None of us are insignificant. No matter what you come to believe about yourself, you matter. We all have an important role to play. The servant girl, she's got some good news that she could share that would offer Naaman hope. Now, if this girl decided to remain silent, you know what? This story would be in the book. If she kept it to herself, probably the story we've never known the story of Naaman, or what Elisha was able to do. Naaman would have died like anyone else would have. Every believer in this room today has the cure for a world dying of a disease far worse than leprosy. We all have that cure. The mortality rate is 100%. But the Bible says in Romans 10:14, this is one of my favorites, how then can they call on him if they have not believed in him? How can they believe without hearing about him? And how can they hear without preaching? You share the good news. You become a preacher. You're sharing the news, the good news about Jesus Christ. Oh, but Brother Rick, they won't listen. Think about it. Someone told you. Did you listen? Maybe you didn't listen the first time. Maybe you didn't listen the 50th time. But eventually it clicked. I grew up hearing about it all the time. Like Bentley grew up hearing about it all the time in his life. Took him till he was 8. Took me till I was 11. You know, and my grandpa's a Baptist preacher. I grew up here. My mom's teaching it to me, singing it to me, telling it to me, memorizing. I memorized things that still took me till I was almost 12 before I could finally snap to and listen. I needed a Savior. When people are desperate enough, they're going to listen. It took me to realize, you know what? If I don't get saved, I know this book says where I'm going. Sometimes it takes the fear of a burning hell to make it snap to and stop and listen and think. It's the fear of punishment that motivates many of us. Well, everybody's got problems. Naaman and Ben-Hadad, they're both desperate enough to grasp at any hope. So they listen to the little girl. And if people are desperate enough, they'll listen to you. We got desperate people all around us in Wayne. Keep telling. You're going to come across somebody who's desperate. I've come to realize there are people everywhere also who do not understand the nature of God. I've had people that have been with me for several years, and then they'll come up and they'll ask you a question or say something, and I'm thinking, you know what? They're not studying this book at their home. They're not on their own. They're not looking at this on their own. They still do not understand the nature of God. You know why? Because they're being told one time a week. And that's it. Maybe twice, but they're not studying it on their own. They do not know the nature of the author because they're not in the book. They're just being told the story once a week, once every other week. That's dangerous. Benadad, namely, they think that if a cure is available, it must be for sale. Benadad sends Naaman to find Elijah 750 pounds of silver. That's a lot of silver. 150 pounds of gold. And an expensive new wardrobe. Elisha could be the nation of Israel's next millionaire. Like Publishers Clearinghouse knocking on the door. With God's mercy and grace, they're not for sale. There's no amount of money. They are an unmerited gift from God, and we could boast that we either earned it or I was able to buy it. The Bible makes it clear in Ephesians 2:8-9, for you are saved by grace through faith. This is not from yourselves, that you can do on your own. It is God's gift, not from works. None of us can boast. I do this. I'm going to heaven because I deserve it. Now, are any of us, maybe when I look at that, are any of us still guilty, maybe of occasionally trying to impress God by our good works? Occasionally. Well, anyway, when the king of Israel reads the letter from King Benadad of Syria, you saw his reaction. Am I God? Can I do this miracle? This is just an excuse for the Syrians to find a way to come in here and finally finish us off. He's just trying to pick a fight. But Elisha, the true man of God, he already knows what's happening. He gets word that he already knows in his spirit. He tells the king of Israel to relax. Send Naaman. Then everybody will know that there is a true prophet of God. I've always enjoyed the scene at Elisha's house. If I have an imagination, when this impressive array of Syrian dignitaries pulls up, mighty Naaman gets out of the door. There's probably 15, 20 people making way for Naaman to come to the door of Elisha's little humble abode, and they knock. Elisha doesn't get up. He's probably sitting in the Bentwood rocker in there having a morning coffee looking at the newspaper. Doesn't even get up to come to the door. He sends his servant, Gehazi. Listen, God is no respecter of persons. He's not impressed with what people have to call you or, your standing in life. He's unimpressed with our bank accounts, with what all we owe, what all we know. All people, great and small, are going to stand on level ground at the cross. And all people, great and small, are going to stand on level ground at the judgment seat of Christ someday. The servant relays Elisha's instructions to Naaman. Go dip yourself in the Jordan over there 7 times. Can you see Naaman's face? When the servant finishes and closes the door, he's looking at that closed door. Then he probably looks at the officer on either side of him. What just happened? What I think happened just happened. Here's a man who's used to giving orders, to giving instructions, and people snap to, and they go do what he says. And here, a servant came, gives him a few curt words, and closes the door. Oh, he is beside himself. He used to be treated with a whole lot more respect than that. And what he expected to happen, what actually occurred, were two polar opposites. Naaman, he expected Elisha to come out and put on a show, to dance around a little bit, call the name of his God, do some hocus pocus over the spot. He'd be cured, he'd pay Elisha, and that would be it, and on they'd go. How many people in America go to church every Sunday to be entertained with good music, to hear or see something that's going to soothe their conscience for a little while? They pay their tithes and their offerings, and that's it till next week. We expect to remain in control of the give and take of our faith. And if we get any more or any less than what we expect, and we're asked to do something that goes outside of our comfort zone, we start to moan and groan a little bit that we didn't sign up for this, and our pride is our undoing. Naaman's pride was nearly his undoing. I mean, he is this close to passing on the opportunity that's going to transform his life forever. This close. But here is a truth worth noting. Most people that are successful in life, first of all, they have listened. They have listened to advice to get to where they are. There are a lot of folks that don't want to listen to advice. Our sin nature just makes our hackles rise and say, you know what you ought to consider? You know what you ought to do here? You know, that's our sin nature within us. The people who are successful, according to the book of Proverbs, are those who will listen. They will gain all the wisdom that they possibly can. And they surround themselves with great people. They surround themselves with people that they should be surrounded with, like we have in the church. We're all sinners, but God's people lift us up. They forgive us. They help us. Naaman's officers, they love him. They love him. They're around him all the time. You think they recognize their master's flaws? Sure. They know he's not perfect. He's got some issues. One of them, he's got a little bit of temper. He's got a lot of pride. And if we're not careful, this could be all this trip's for nothing. So they calm him down. And they say, one of them says, listen, Master, if the prophet had asked you to do some great thing, some weird thing, wouldn't you probably have just done it? Here he's just asking me, what's different in the water? What different is one in the river? Again, aren't we basically the same as Naaman in that respect? We are ready to hear the audible voice of God. Lord, you just tell me. I'm willing to go do whatever thing you ask me to do. Lord, I'm just waiting for your audible voice to tell me I'll sell it all, I'll sacrifice it all, I will go. You send me to the Congo, Lord, I'm there. I will go. But we're not willing to do the little things. The little everyday things. Maybe those things that no one will ever see. Like just talking to a neighbor, sharing with a neighbor, mowing a little woman's grass, inviting that family that just moved in down the street with a bunch of kids to come to church. Check those little things maybe nobody else is ever going to see. In the parable of the talents which we looked at, the master gives the servants some tasks to do. And when he comes back to settle accounts, he finds 2 servants were faithful to do the small tasks that he had given them. And what did he say? Well done, my good and faithful servant. You've been faithful with a few things. I'm going to put you in charge of many things. I told a man just last week, if we're faithful to get up and do the little things, then the Lord's going to give us the greater responsibility. If we're faithful to do the little things. Listen, start, if it's necessary, by cleaning the toilets when it's needed. Okay? Clean the toilets when they're needed, and someday you may own a company with 50 employees that clean other people's toilets. And you may have a mansion where you have 50 toilets of your own. But you start with the little things. That's a very loose Dr. McGee translation of the parable of the talents.